Right, hello John.
Afternoon.
How's your day been?
Bit wet, getting along here, but other than that, fine.
So, I'm guessing there's no more playing football for you then?
No, that ended a lot of years ago. It finished when I was playing with North Shields, actually. 1983, I can remember it because I was out injured. And while I was out injured, I got the application form to join Wheatley Bay Golf Club. The boots went in the bin, the golf clubs came out, and I've spent the rest of my life out on the golf course instead of running around kicking a golf ball, trying to hit a little golf ball. But took over. I didn't think there would be much after football, but golf's a cracking game, and I nearly wish I'd played it earlier. Really, that good.
So, 1977, 78 FA Cup run, do you remember it well?
Rings a bell. Yes, we remember it very well.
To the crowd, that's the Blythe Spartan lineup. It's the same side which knocked out Stoke City by 3-2 in the last round. Comes to Johnson, and he touches it in! Johnson turns to the delighted Blythe supporters, having been presented with a gift. Scored 2 at Stoke, and puts Blythe ahead here. Mistake by Alan Hill, and Johnson just the slightest of touches, and it was enough. 12 minutes gone.
So, Blythe are currently 22nd in the National League North, and are 5 points behind 20th. To be safe with 6 games left, do you think it's a must for Blythe to stay in this league, and will there be consequences if they do go down?
I follow the results all the time, and I noticed even going back 2 or 3 years when COVID was on, they were really struggling, and they were very fortunate really to stay in the league because the league got cancelled. They've been hanging on for a few seasons now, and it's like everything else. You don't want to see them drift out because, again, going back in the day when after we had a cup run, we got invited all over the place, different leagues and what have you, because that's what you could do then. But it really, when I look at the league every Sunday, when I get the paper and see them getting beat, making a draw, and I thought a couple of weeks ago they just pulled up a little bit, but I've got a feeling they're going to slip down, and it's like everything else, you don't know what's going to happen.
How important are the fans to this club?
Well, the club's only here for the fans. It's every time we have a general meeting each year, I tell them, look, the crowds aren't big enough. It's up to you to bring a mate along. We've got a hardcore support of about 500 who come through thick and thin, but we need to double that to be sustainable. But when you're not winning, current financial difficulties that everyone's facing, it's a question of, do I spend 20 quid to go to the match and have a pint, or do I pay the gas bill? And those are hard decisions for families to make at this particular time. So we've just got to try and keep the fans motivated, and the best way to do that is to win games.
Financially, do you think Blythe Spartans will struggle if they do get relegated? Because it may mean less fans attend the games, and that might affect the players' performances.
Oh, it's a huge decision of how to set the budget. When you go down, currently we do get some money, sponsorship money from the league, which just about covers our travelling costs. Just about, I say, we're paying £27,000 a year currently for transport costs for away games. If we go down, the distances will be slightly smaller, but we're still talking about £20,000, so no sponsorship from the league. So that £20,000 has to come off the playing budget. and if the crowds go down, it kind of just goes down a deep hole, and you get less money to spend on players, and it's all about players at the end of the day.
We gon' rock a little something like this. 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 Come on, boy!
Proud, very proud. I'd say it's an emotional roller coaster every season.
The world, especially today.
Yeah. Fans mean everything. See it, they're loud right from the off. It's never quiet.
Tough one that. I think we'll just scrape through.
Yeah. I'd love to say yes. I think yes. It just depends on the game, as it does every week. But yeah, I'd like to think so.
In the words of Alex Ferguson, squeaky bum time, let's get the win.